Hey, I want to give a quick overview of our generative brain tumor model, which we developed for the BraTS inpainting challenge. The task is to reconstruct a healthy version of a patient so that you can use this healthy state for tumor modeling or something like that. Specifically, this means that we have here on the left the voided image, which has a mask around a certain area, and based on the surrounding tissue we want to inpaint how a healthy patient might have looked like. Our model takes on the left this voided image as an input, then it is conditioned on a tumor concentration, which is basically like a scalar field in the whole brain, and it gives the relative tumor concentration in each voxel. And based on this, our model predicts an inpainted image. So in this case, where we have a tumor, we can then see in the output also the tumor. And when we put only zeros in this condition, so we have basically no tumor in the condition, then we get our healthy brain inpainting. So just a quick overview over our method. I don't want to go into too much detail. Please refer to the paper for this, but just a rough overview. So we are using a latent diffusion model for this whole procedure. Therefore, we have an autoencoder which is pre-trained, and then on the top you see we not only condition on the tumor concentration, as I already said, but also on the brain tissue. And then we have a diffusion model that runs on this latent space from the autoencoder. And for the inference, we have on the left our voided image. Then we encode it. Then we put some noise on the voided region. And then we're using an iterative process to remove the noise, which is called repaint, but you can also get the details for this from the paper. We are still conditioning our model not only on the empty tumor concentration now, but also on the tissue. And then after the decoder, we also did some additional post-processing to reconstruct the inpainted image. Here you can see some results. So on the left we have this voided image, then we have the healthy inpainting, which was the main task of the challenge. In the third image you see a tumor inpainted, and on the very right you see the ground truth where there's also a tumor. Here's another patient. You see that it also works from different views. And you also see the tumor very nicely here in the middle, which is very similar to the ground truth. Yet another patient where it's a bit of a harder task because there's quite a large voided region. So here the tumor is not fit that well, but in general it looks still quite nice, I would say. And finally, if you scroll through the different axes, you see that the reconstruction is very consistent in all directions, and we also see quite some nice results here, I would say. Yeah, so thanks a lot for listening, and please check out our paper for further details.